Do you struggle to move freely in your golf swing? If so, do these free mobility exercises daily. To help increase our freedom of movement, we need good range of motion in the key joints that predominantly work rotation. These joints are going to be the hips, the thoracic spine, which is the rib cage, and the shoulder joint. With all of these stretches, I'd recommend trying to do them at home every morning to get in a routine. That'll give you the best opportunity of your body increasing the range of motion that we're looking for. The first exercise, all you need is a chair and something that you can place between your legs that isn't much wider than this and is quite light. So it doesn't really matter what it is, but we want something that we can just almost feel like we're squeezing our knees into. And that's going to help keep our hips locked into position, which will help isolate the rib cage or the thoracic spine with how we want this to move. From here, we're just going to take a golf club. Depending on your range of motion in your shoulder joints, a longer club would be easier to get into position, and you're going to place it across your shoulder blades. Squeezing whatever's between your legs, trying to keep in an upright position, you're simply going to rotate in one direction. You're going to feel like you're turning your chest, not just slinging your arms. So you're trying to really turn the chest. I would also recommend turning your head as you go. That will just give you a bit more freedom. When you find that end range of motion that feels quite tight and restricted, all you're going to do is bend to one side. So if I turn to my right, I'm going to feel like I'm bending to my right. So the butt end of the club starts to point towards the ground. From here, you're going to feel like you're almost breathing quite consciously in and out to just try and get some air through the lungs, through the rib cage. And this is just going to help really open that rib cage up more. And now we're in a position where we can just rotate that a little bit further. Same thing, we turn and we side bend. And we just get that breathing into a position, and we repeat the process again until we've done that about 3 to 4 times. And then we come back to the top and we do the opposite side. This will feel very tight first thing, but obviously the more we do it, the more we'll gain that range of motion. And we're going to aim to do this 5 times on each side, 2 to 3 sets. So this next exercise, we're going to try and get more range of motion through the hips in both internal and external rotation. So all you need to do, go onto the floor and create a 90-degree angle with one of your legs, doesn't matter which, with your back knee also at 90 degrees, but roughly a foot length between the front heel and the back knee. From here, you're going to simply lean your upper body forwards somewhere towards your knee line. If that's too easy, you can go more towards the shin and the foot. So you're going to lean forward, hold for about 2 seconds, and you'll feel a good stretch through the hip, so through the glute and hamstring. Holding for about 2 seconds. As you raise up, you're going to feel like you push the back knee into the floor and you're able to lift the foot to the ceiling. This is a very strange motion when we do this, and it might cramp the hip. We're trying to work internal rotation when we do this, so we wouldn't expect a lot of range of movement, but we're trying to create that lift off the floor. So as a full routine, we're leaning in, so we're creating hip external rotation with the front hip. We come out and we lift with the back hip, internal rotation. That's 1 repetition, and we're going to repeat 8 to 12 times each leg, focusing on 2 to 3 sets each. And the final exercise, we're going to focus on stretching out the shoulder joint, in specific more of like an overhead movement which stretches out those back muscles which are key for the golf swing. All you're going to need is a golf club again. You're going to simply lie on the floor on your back, hold the golf club roughly shoulder width apart in both hands. And as I go down on the floor, I'm going to bring my knees up to a 90-degree angle, squeezing them together. From here, I want to feel like my shoulder blades and my lower back are pushing into the ground. And in a controlled manner, I'm just going to simply reach overhead. And I'm going to go as far as I can and drive back up. What we're trying to feel is if we're almost pushing the club away as we go down, which will keep the elbow locked out. This will then force us to rotate fully through the shoulder joint instead of compensating and flexing at the elbows to get more range of motion. Keep a controlled tempo throughout, focusing on 8 to 12 reps for 3 sets. So focusing on those 3 exercises, sticking to the reps and sets that I've outlined. With no equipment, you can do this at home every single day increase that range of motion to help create more freedom in the golf swing. If you like this routine and want more progressive exercises and programs, you can sign up to my Golf Fitness app through the link. And if you want more understanding of how you can add strength and power to more range of motion, watch this video next.